Hello members of the Ballistic Nation, I am the Ballistic and coming to you, another video. Today we are talking about my evil Pokemon team. So, my inspirations for this video are as follows. Team Imperium, Noggin's evil team. Team Snoozy, Birdkeeper Toby, the originator. Team Ozone, True Leaf 7. Team Puzzle by the... I'll come back to him, I'll probably put it somewhere. And Team Buddy, Mr. Buddy. So I'm going to talk about the higher-ups and like basic backstory and where you would meet them. My Pokemon team are going to be in Alola, 10 years after the events of Sun and Moon, so there'll be some changes. So the first time you'll meet Team Paradoxon, that's our team name. It's because we're all about duality and how evil and good are not mutually exclusive, which means they can exist at the same time. So the first time you meet them, you'll meet people in lighter colors trying to help Pokemon trainers out. So this is similar to Team Buddies, where they acted all good. They were all 50s, but our guys were like black and white because Paradoxon Yang stuff. So you meet the grunts first. They use fairy and dark type, except whenever they're with some of the admins. So first you would meet the Frozen Flame, Donal. Donal is from the Sinnoh region. He was met at Snow Point whenever Team Paradoxon, it was only a small team at this point, were getting research on Dialga and Palkia, because they're all about duality again. So he was met in Snow Point City. Team Paradoxon were going through, looking at stuff, and he had a bad childhood. He was out on the street from a young age, in the cold of Snow Point. He uses fire and ice Pokemon, so he's the fire and ice trainer. Each admin uses 2 types that are different but similar, well, except fire and ice and stuff later. His mains are Jinx and Magmar, because his first Pokemon were Smoochum and Magby. They've now evolved and become Jinx and Magmar. So his first battle, you will face a Smoochum and a Magby. Then later on, whenever you go and face, there's going to be a surprise, so I'll keep that for later, but in later matches he'll use Smoochum, Magby, Jinx, Magmortar, and then post-game, because post-game content, he will use a Magby, Jinx, Smoochum, Magmortar, Infernape, and Mega Galele. We're going to have Megas, each of us. He is known as the Frozen Flame. You'd meet him Melee Island. I know there's no snowy area in Melee Island. It's more lush and stuff. Then later, you would meet that the predator acting like prey. Admin Adam. That's a mouthful. He is from the Alola region. You meet him as Team Paradoxon met him at the lush jungle. Whenever he was younger, he was attacked by a Pidgey, let's say. Haven't really thought out of all these. I've just got loose notes in front of me, just saying where Team Paradoxon has met them, their typing, their main, what they're known as, even though they'd just be admin, Adam, Donal. So he had a bad childhood, was attacked by a Pidgey, so he became afraid of bug and flying types, even though he uses bug and flying types. But he met his ace, who is Pinsir, or Mega Pinsir, to give him both typings. Mega Pinsir, he found strength in this. He found it amazing. It was this change, and he learned that it was a bug and flying type when a Mega evolved, and he just couldn't believe it. When you first face him, 1 second, let me check something. When you first face him, he will use Pinsir. So this is like later on to some of his Pokemon. He'll use a Pinsir, a Togekiss, give me a second. Togetic, a Parasect, Parasect. Just enjoy the thing going on in the background. A young Mega. I know. So no, he will use Mega Pinsir. He won't have his Mega yet. Togetic and Parasect. These three. Later on, he will add a young Mega and a Crobat. In the post game, he will have the same team again, only with a Fortress, just to give him diversity. Then later on, in near Route 14, we'll meet the Living Shadow Pierce. Pierce is from the Kanto region. He was met in Lavender Town as Team Paradoxon was leaving the Johto region after doing research on Ho-Oh and Lugia. Pierce is known as Living Shadow because he uses Ghost and Normal / Fairy type. Why does he have 3 types? Because his mains are Gengar and Clefable. I wanted to do this because it's just simple. It was the only duality pairing I knew for living and the dead. Yes, he represents living and the dead, and Adam represents predator and prey, or the birds and bees. But we don't talk about that. You meet him Route 14 after you just faced Mimikyu. Ooh, he's a good fuck. He would, in his first battle, he would use Gengar, Clefable, a Mimikyu, and a Snorlax. Because this is much later on, unless I'm mistaken. This could be the same. Ulu Island, and then you'd meet our final admin, who acts sort of as the boss. Well, Pierce's post-game Pokemon are, because you keep his same team. Whenever you face him post-game, he would get Porygon C and Wigglytuff. Sorry about this again, guys. So the Pokemon Team Paradoxon's member on Pony Island. Yeah, Pony Island. The best. You meet him round about the Ruins of Hope. You meet him like in that area, Ruins of Hope and Ancient Honey Pass. Is known as the Master of Space-Time, Admund Ronan. He is also from the Sinnoh region. He gave a tour to Team Paradoxon's leader, I'll tell you in a second. He gave him a tour of Spiller Caves after the events of Diamond and Pearl. So yeah. Um, Ronan is main. Ronan he doesn't have a typing as per se. All his Pokemon are inspired by space and time. He would use Pokemon such as, I don't think my footage is going to be long enough at this point. He would use Pokemon. His main is Hydreigon because Dark type before the space. Then he would use Lunatone. Lunatone is the one that looks like the moon. Cling Clang because of gears and a clock. He would use Bastiodon and the Tyranitar. They're more of its time, and then Solrock. So he give a time. He would know all about space and time. I would say that his main typing would be Dark or Psychic. And he would act sort of as the boss during this region. Of course, he would only face Hydreigon, Lunatone, Cling Clang, and Bastiodon, then post-game Tyranitar. No, not Tyranitar, sorry guys. Tyrantrum, not Tyranitar or Tyrant. Sorry guys, and Solrock would be post-game content. Then, finally, the true boss. You would not meet him at all. This would be post-game content. Well, Adam, Pierce, Donald, and Ronan, they would be using... their goal would be to try and find more out on Solgaleo and Lunala. Yeah, Solgaleo and Lunala to figure out what strengths they have. Trying to figure out how to use them in their experimentation, which you'd find out in the post-game whenever you go to the former Aether Paradise, which has been updated, built more into Paradise Island. And you would come onto Paradise Island through Paradise Docks. Paradox, which is shortened to Paradox because it's where Team Paradox's main island is, their main base. You would have one, you'd probably go find one in Potown, probably taken over by Paradoxon after Team Skull and the Aether Foundation have left. They've been dissolved and removed. So Ethan, the leader, I am from the Hoenn region. I am the leader and founder of Team Paradox. Now, there's a reason I'm in Team Paradox. You probably can see it if I put myself in the video. He started his journey in Hoenn after his father, the professor of the region. Yes, so I'm going to be quite fan service here. I am Birch's older son that never talked about in Oras or Ruby Sapphire or Emerald. Because I ended up joining Team Aqua and later Magma. So this is going to be Sapphire, Alpha Sapphire. Then I join Magma later. After the fall of both teams, I start Paradoxon to show the world that duality is everywhere, and that good and evil are not mutually exclusive, as I said. He uses water and ground types, and his main is Mega Swampert because that's the Pokemon he started with. In the post game, I would use Pokemon such as Mega Swampert. This is all post game. You never face me. Swampert, Canerupt, Torpedo, Octillery, Seismitoad, and Sandslash. All these Pokemon I've acquired during Octillery, Seismitoad, and Sandslash I've picked up during my journey, Swampert being my main, and my starter, Sharpedo from Aqua, Camerupt from Magma, all used. I've went over time with my video. I can cut out some of the probably. So yeah, the post game mingle is a wee bit dark. We're trying to create human Pokemon biforms, the duality of human Pokemon. I would fuse the Pokemon to the person, creating this first Pokemon that you can never catch, but I would use probably later on, like a rematch. I would use what I call Pokemon 1576C, because that's its candidate number. I don't know why I went all soft in this bubbly. But yeah guys, I'm gonna leave it here. I've put some animations of our entrances. You can see our logo is a corrupted yin and yang, or you can have seen corrupted yin and yang. I know what people are thinking, why is there no girl admins? Because these are all my friends that I've asked. I did ask one of my female friends, did she want to join, but she said no. So yeah, that's all guys. If you think I could have cut some of this crap out, please leave it in the comment section below. Sorry, you can hear background noise. I'm just back into this. Peace out.